Taurus Millennium. The Millennium G2. And it's clear, but I'm going to go ahead and show everybody that it's clear. I always store this with it locked. And you can see there's no rounds in there, no magazine. Now these break down similar fashion to a Glock. What I've got to do is clean it. We were at the range, and now it needs to be cleaned, obviously. So what you do is you just pan it back a little bit, pull that pin, and then you have to pull the trigger on the Millennium G2s, and then you slides away from the receiver. Remove buffer and spring. Remove your barrel, and then you have your slide. I use CLP break free. It's just one of the better ones and one I like to use. Everybody has their own preference to what type of cleaner that they choose to use. I like it because it's all 3-in-1. You have to buy a bunch of different products to do a bunch of different jobs. And then I just spray everything down, let it soak. And this barrel was really nasty. We fired a couple hundred rounds through it. And then I like to spray down the trigger workings a little bit. And then I just let that soak for a minute. Now I'll go and clean the barrel. I have a barrel snake, which I found works really well. Of course, you gotta clean off the ramp. And usually this comes cleaned pretty easily. It's got a high chrome, highly polished ramp. You kind of see it. I didn't clean this right away whenever we got back from the range, so it's kind of sticking to it a little bit. Usually just take a brass brush to this part, comes right off. But the only thing I clean with the brass brush is the barrel. You don't want to take the finish off of the slide, so I have a plastic brush that I use on the slide. And I'm kind of, I guess I'm a little more meticulous about things than other people as far as whenever I clean my firearms. And we'll check down the barrel, and I'm going to swab it one more time. That's better. I like the Taurus brand. You know, it's got a lifetime warranty on it, just like your Colt or your Berettas. You know, most all your manufacturers nowadays do. But you know, it's $100-$200 cheaper than most of the time. And I've ran This one's probably had 500 or so through it. My other one, I've ran probably 2,000 through it or more. And the only time that I had any problems was in the wintertime when it was really cold out and I was outside firing. I had a problem feeding, and that was also when I first purchased it, and it only had maybe 200 rounds through it, and that was the only problem I had, and that was out of the longer one, which I have a full size 2 that I will be cleaning here in just a minute. You see how nasty that. I shouldn't have let these sit that long. I normally, if I don't shoot it within I won't clean them every time I go to the range, but if I don't shoot within a week, if I don't go to the range within a week or so, then I will clean them in between range time. This has gone a couple of weeks and I haven't cleaned it, and I haven't been to the range. So wintertime kind of does that to you. As far as the outside, I like to wipe it down, get all the fingerprints off. I try to protect the finish as much as I can. You know, after time, you end up wearing the finish off. But if I can prevent it as much as possible, I do. You know, it really doesn't take long to clean these. People are like, oh, I don't clean my guns. It doesn't take that long to do it. That's why I said, you know, if I go more than a week, then I tend to tear it down and clean it. And with these Tauruses, it's a polymer lower and then a steel upper receiver. Kind of like, you know, most all of them are going to anymore. The only way you'll find a full metal frame just about anymore is on a 1911 or, you know, something of a 1911. Even the new Beretta M9 A2s have a polymer. For some reason, if you don't get all of the cleaner out of here, then it starts to weep through there. So I just try to make sure I get that nice and dry. I haven't had any problem with this causing the polymer to harden up or change in any way. And using the CLP, that's kind of why I keep using it, because I know it's not doing any damage. Sometimes you get debris and stuff down the mag well. I just kind of wipe it out. This one being a striker fire, it doesn't have the spring and everything down in the mag well like my other one does, which is a hammer.